Hey guys, it's Danny. Today we have an unboxing to do. Yay! Well, I'm a little nervous. You see, one of the nurseries that I used to buy from quite a lot a few years ago was Orchid Garden in Poland. They have a really good selection. But honestly, I kind of preferred other sellers or nurseries to this one. I did have quite a few issues on transport with orchids, although I did get refunded every time. And well, at some point I just stopped buying because I focused a little bit more on eBay, to be fully honest. But recently I looked around my growth space and I saw a lot of pink tags, which are the Orchid Garden tags. And I actually do have quite a few orchids from Orchid Garden that are doing very well now. So I thought, okay, I'm just gonna insert another coin. And P.S., it's a Romanian saying, I'm trying to translate it. Some of you were a little amused with the saying. It's kind of funny, I know. So anyway, I shall insert another coin, give it another go, give this nursery another chance, because they did have quite a few orchids that I really wanted to have. But before we go ahead with the video, let me just remind you about our fundraiser campaign for the month of December. We put together a brand new line of merch with a super cute design, but the best thing about it is that all profits will be donated to charity. They will go directly to Doctors Without Borders to help them out in their humanitarian missions all around the world. Also, RepotMe.com will match and donate themselves 10% of the total donations we gather. And of course, we ourselves already donated to Doctors Without Borders. So check the links down below to learn more about our campaign and Doctors Without Borders, and of course, check out the merch store and the products that we put together for you. I'm sure you'll find something you like. Joey's in charge of stocks. She takes her job very seriously, as you can see. Don't forget to give this video a like if you end up enjoying it, and why not subscribe? I post 3 times a week. MPS, links down below to the nursery if you end up enjoying what you see. All right, let's, oh no, I'm already seeing bad things. Oh well, maybe it's salvageable. Oh no. Okay, this is wet, and I think you can see how wet it is. It's also a little moldy. You know, I'm gonna put gloves. Let's just do that. Okay, so this was one of the issues that I had with other orchids in the past, the fact that they were packed wet. And this is a no-no when you're sending out orchids or any other plants for that matter, because moisture promotes mold, fungi, and bacterial infections. That being said, I will admit that it's kind of cool outside at the moment. These orchids spent about 3 weeks on transport. So yeah, I'm just gonna take that into account because, you know, I knew there was a risk, so okay. So this is a Vanda orchid, which thankfully there were 2 of here, so I do think I can save this one. This one, no. This one is very rotten, as you could see. There is, however, a lot of algae on the leaves and roots, meaning these orchids have been grown in high moisture, which is okay even for Vandas, but if you ever receive orchids with a lot of green on them, that's why it happened. Okay, so I do believe I can save one of these Vandaenopsis orchids. So I looked on my order and I think that was the Rhynchostylis retusa, which I've always wanted to have. Yeah, let's hope we can save it. These are wet too, which, as I was saying, was, and I see it still is, the main problem of Orchid Garden. Other than that, the packaging is really good. So this is Potinara Chian-Tzy Goldenorange Golden Boy. This should be good. And P.S., I did have a heat pack, but these stuff are only good for like 2 days or so. So the cold temperatures, not necessarily always a problem. Moisture though is. Oh, I hope everything is okay though. Okay, this is super wet, sadly, but I think it's savable. Do you see the amount of mold? If you ever are in a position of sending out orchids, never send them wet. Even if you know it's gonna take a week or 2 or 3 for your orchids to arrive to their destination, never send them wet. It's not actually going to help them most of the times. It's just going to promote mold. This actually looks a lot like this one. This is another orchid that I got from them and it arrived in a very similar state. You see, pink tag. And I recouped this one. So maybe I will be able to recoup this one as well. It's just gonna take a few years. It's okay though. All right, next up, this is an orchid that I'm not sure if I can recoup, but it does have pseudobulbs and it's a deciduous orchid, so who knows? Maybe all is not lost. This is a Dendrobium parishii, variety red. It's supposed to have redder blooms. It was packed very wet. I think you can see mold here on the side, but the pseudobulb is hard. Even though the leaves fell, it's okay. It's a deciduous orchid. You can see the pseudobulbs are okay, which is good. Are all these orchids wet? Next up, we have an orchid, that used to have a flower, which is not looking bad. But this one is not nearly as wet. It's still slightly damp, but there is no mold on the sides. It's a lot better than the others. Who is this? Okay, this is the Cattleya Chian-Tzy Gilding Chain Cross Cattleya-Tzy Red Top. I cannot say I remember these guys because it's been a while since I put on this order. But yeah, we can see a little mold on the flower spike here, but that's okay. We don't care too much about this. This can be due to the moisture in the actual flower spike and flower. So not necessarily that it was packed wet though. But it's just slightly damp. Although this is acceptable. This is totally fine. Very happy about it. This is a Phalaenopsis. Now, Phalaenopsis don't do good with moisture because they are monopodial. If they lose their leaves and develop crown rot, it's pretty much done. They don't have pseudobulbs to save them. So with monopodials, it's always worse to have them wet. Maybe just the Vanda on top had its roots wet and all of that water seeped in. Maybe everything else will actually be okay. That would be ideal. Oh no. Oh. Okay, as I was saying, this one cannot be saved. I'm gonna keep it. Who knows, maybe the stem is still good. I don't think so, but anyway, we'll see what to do. Okay, this paper feels very wet and it's a Phalaenopsis. Let's play a little game. I bet you there's nothing alive here. And I already see some mold. Yeah. So I really don't think there's anything to save here. This is Phalaenopsis Micaels Yellow Style. I really wanted this one. I'm gonna keep it and see, maybe through some sort of miracle the stem is okay. I don't think so though. But this one is soaking wet. I think you can even tell. Next up, here we have a Laelia, and this one looks okay. Sympodials do actually fare better on these types of transports, and also, can we see that the medium is actually bark? So it couldn't have retained a lot of water. If it was sphagnum moss, this would have been probably wet as well, but since it's bark, it really didn't retain that much water. So I think this one is okay. This is Laelia purpurata variety sanguinea Rheinblood. It looked quite nice. It's a little tiny baby, so 10 years ahead of me right now, maybe less. But she's okay, I'm happy about that. Next up, we have a packaging which is very wet. Can we see? I think you can see the glistening of the wetness here. This is a Cattleya, so even if we lost the leaves, maybe we didn't lose the pseudobulbs, which is what I'm hoping for. Okay, this is a serious case of black rot, which I'm going to have to put outside for the moment because I need to act fast. So I think we can save it if we act fast, and you know what, I'm gonna show you in a different video how to act fast. I have seen this before. I have saved an orchid from this before. So maybe we can actually help this poor little orchid, but black rot is nothing to kid around with, and I don't want this to spread. I'm gonna put it outside. Okay, let's continue. I sanitize my gloves, by the way. Oh, this one has an issue here as well. What is this? I don't know. Let's see what we have in here. Now the thing is, this doesn't only happen in the cold seasons. I actually had this happen in summer as well. It doesn't matter, the temperature. What matters is that moisture. Bacteria and fungi can proliferate pretty much no matter the temperature, as long as we're not talking about freezing conditions or boiling water. Normal summer or autumn temperatures, you know. Oh, okay, what was, oh no. Vandaenopsis Pulcherrimin. I actually already have this one, but it's not doing all that great. I wanted a replacement. I don't know if this qualifies as a replacement, but hey, you know what? This might be okay. It doesn't look all that bad. But again, I think you can see the sphagnum moss. Super wet. Let me just show you. Do you see the mark left? It is super wet. This one again, don't know what it is. Oh. It's not fully dead. This is the Phalaenopsis zebrina crossed with sibling. Even though it still looks decent now, It might actually have stem rot. Oh, it also had a little flower spike. I don't like seeing this, but okay, it happens. I will try my best to save it, but I don't know, you guys. We'll just have to wait and see. So this has been box 1, now box 2. Okay, so the reason for the second box is, after I placed in my first order, I saw a few more orchids that I really wanted, so I ordered those as well. And I was hoping they would actually merge the 2 orders, but they didn't. It's okay, the transport was just €9, so it's my mistake. I should have just ordered everything at once. Joe is really thinking it out right now. I will spend so much time editing her out. So here we have another heat pack, which is called now, ooh, that's scary. Doritis Pulcherrima for N. Oh, this is one that I really wanted, but this does not look well. Oh, I'm scared. Oh, I don't know what this is. All right. Oh, it's okay, thank goodness. Okay, we can see that the medium is a little damp. There is a little mold here, but not enough to actually damage anything. Thank goodness. I wanted this orchid a lot. Next up, this should be a variegated Dendrobium aphyllum or Pyrrha or cucullatum. It goes under all of these names. Fun fact, I lost my particular aphyllum, sadly. Fun fact number 2, I have a replacement coming and it's a good one. I'm gonna film. And third fun fact, this is variegated, so I hope everything is okay. And here he is, the little darling. We can see a little variegation here. He's okay, thank goodness. Next up, this is Cattleya nobilior, variety coerulea crossed with sibling. Oh, this is nervous laughing. It's completely gone. Where is the orchid, you guys? Oh no. Not even a pseudobulb? No, everything is mush. Yep. No, I cannot save anything from this. Again, packed wet. And lastly, this is another Cattleya. Oh no. Oh no. No, there's nothing to save here. Which one were you? Cattleya Seagulls, I don't know. I'm gonna put the name on the screen. Useless now because we're not gonna enjoy it. And this one was in bark. How did it get wet? I don't know. And that's it. All right, so that's about it. Okay, so if you ever encounter something like this, first of all, if you don't have time to take care of everything, do not keep these orchids in the same room as yourself. Do not keep them near your other plants, anywhere where you could breathe in the air. I'm actually going to put them either outside, either in the staircase tonight, because it's already nighttime and I don't know if I can take care of them, all of them tonight. Things were super moldy. Throw away the trash or wherever you threw away all of that packaging. Do not keep it in the same house with you. Not a good idea to inhale mold spores. I'm going to take out the trash and aerate the entire greenhouse right after I'm done with this video. Then, if you encounter black rot, like we did with that Cattleya, act right then and there. I'll link it down below to my video in which I talk about it. It's an older video, but pretty much I just hosed down everything with hydrogen peroxide. I removed the medium, leave the orchid bare rooted, spray it with hydrogen peroxide, leave it bare rooted overnight if possible, or at least for 12 hours or so. Don't keep it in high humidity, don't keep it in humidity domes, don't keep it, I don't know, in favorable quote-unquote places for orchids. What you need to do is keep it warm and dry for as long as possible. Yes, you can mist the root system, you can offer hydration, you can even dunk the root system in something, but keep the orchid very dry. This is a little resume of what I'm going to be talking about in a different video regarding that orchid, and you might be able to save the orchid. This is how I saved a different orchid that belonged to my friend. Other than that, if you see that grayish, whitish mold, that's not so dangerous. You can resolve it with hydrogen peroxide 3%, but again, don't keep the orchids in the same room with you. Repot everything, throw away everything, just dose down the orchids with hydrogen peroxide if they're very moldy, and again, dry and warm. You don't want high humidity, you don't want humidity domes or mini greenhouses or things of the sorts. It's not the time for that, since these guys are full of mold spores at the moment. And high humidity encourages mold spores. So we'll see what I get to do tonight. I will definitely take care of the black rot one, but other than that, I think I will take care of them tomorrow, and tonight they're not sitting in the greenhouse. So when it comes to Orchid Garden, it is the exact same issue that I had a few years ago. Some orders are just better than others, but for the main part, my main issue was packing orchids wet. And I do believe I told them about it. I will tell them about it again. I'm not gonna ask for a refund because part of this was my risk, because I knew stuff might go bad. And I'm sure that many of you actually had good experiences with this nursery. So do let us know in a comment down below your experience as well. If it was positive, let us know how it was. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm just gonna let it rest for another 2 years and try again in 2 years with this nursery, because again, even though I am lucky enough to have this channel, I still don't feel good about it. I still don't like losing orchids like that. And I lost orchids in the middle of summer as well as in spring and autumn. It's not about the temperature, it's about the wet packaging situation. And yeah. Well, it is what it is. I tried. I always give chances again, but yeah, not for another 2 years with this one. And it's up to you to decide what you want to do. I tried. I really do think they have a great selection and they have the best intentions. So I will write to them again, giving them the advice of waiting for them to be dry. And hopefully they're gonna get better. It's a shame. I hope things get better. But yeah, that's about it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, joining me on this very nervous unboxing. Subscribe to my channel for more orchid videos, tutorials, experiments, updates, and other fun orchid subjects. If you wish to support the channel, do consider becoming a member or visit the merch store linked down below in the description. You can also follow me on Instagram and Facebook. It's always nice to stay in touch there as well. And with that said, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Of course, Joey, of course.